Oh, there it goes.
We are
just
live.
Like that. We go live.
Hey, buddy.
What's going on, Rick? How you doing?
Flames lost last night.
They lost?
Yeah.
What's that mean? Did they? Is there another game for them, or is that it?
We could have finished things off last night, but instead it's going to go to a game 7 tomorrow night. I don't know if I can take it. I don't know if my heart can take it. I don't know if I can take it. How's everybody doing tonight? Got a few people in chat.
Well, we got Glenn, Humberto, Bobby D. We got people all rolling in. I'm liking it so far. I'm gonna have to go to more. If I look this direction, because I have another screen sitting over here, and it's more up to. What's up, Keith? How you doing? Twins. Oh, I got a full head of hair though. What's up, Keith? How you doing, buddy? So if I look over here, it's because the screen here has the actual live, the YouTube content, and I can keep up with the live chat. Over here when you use StreamYard, there's a slight delay between active and what we see.
So you're not ignoring us; you're just checking your other screen.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
So this week we are gonna meet somebody from Gtechniq. I hope I say it right. Big Jizz Slinger, what's going on? Big Jizz. 𝗚𝗧𝗘𝗧𝗢, what's going on? How you doing? Papa Smurf is almost home. All right, that's cool. Big Red Clifford coming in. What's going on? How you doing? Raggio? What's going on, Raggio? Love the streams. That's good. We appreciate that. And we got some good ones coming up too. I just got everything booked up through the end of August with some good stuff too. Good stuff coming up. And tonight is no exception of having something good.
Yeah, so we have got Eric, who's representing Gtechnic North America.
It would have been better if my Bruins pulled off the WT. Oh, wait, 𝗚𝗓𝗏𝗦𝗧𝗢 is a Bruins fan.
All right, well,
okay. My Sharks suck, so I'm all about the Warriors because, Warriors going to the Western Conference Finals, being in the Bay Area. We either get the Sharks or the Warriors.
Whoa. Bobby did 3 cars today.
Dang, 3 cars. Woo-wee. Okay. Ron, what's going on? Good evening. Ron coming on in. Bobby D, man, you got to be tired after doing that 1 car or 3 cars. Whew. I do 1 car and I'm like done.
I've done 2 cars in 1 day. That's my record.
How many?
2. Just maintenance washes. Nothing
okay.
Yeah.
And we got another Eric in here. What's going on? This Eric is in Florida.
Hey, Eric.
What's going on? That's cool. We got a bunch of people rolling on in. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
People keep filing in. So what we'll do is what we've fallen into the pattern. It's a great pattern where we'll ask 10 questions of our guest, Eric. That helps us get to know him. And then if anybody has questions based on anything they heard or any questions they've ever had about Gtechnic, great company. First coating I ever did was Gtechnic.
Really?
Got to be 2014, and I was nervous as hell. Laying down that first ceramic coating, I was like, oh, God, what am I, but it worked out fantastic. That was on my old blue SQ5.
Oh, really?
You've used their coatings, I'm sure, hey?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. I know it was EXO version 2 topper. I can't remember what the base coat was. Probably got a video on it. All right, well, why don't we bring Eric in?
All right.
And then if the other Eric shows up, we'll have 2 Erics. Let's welcome Eric from Gtechnic.
Eric, how you doing, buddy?
There he is.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Great to see you, buddy.
Oh, there we go. Let's put them in. There we go.
Get the star of the show all in the main screen there. Oh,
speaking of the other Eric.
Let's bring him in.
2's better than 1.
Yeah.
There he is.
We can never have enough Eric.
Everybody, what's going on? How's everybody doing?
What's up, Papa Smurf?
Hey, how you doing, Mike? I can't.
Texas Didi, how you doing? her favorite guys are in the house, and I'm here too, Dee Dee. Don't worry, I'm still here too.
How's everybody doing? Sorry, I was rushing, man. Oh,
we
man.
we know your Saturday schedule's tough.
I was doing the speed limit the whole way home. I promise.
Backwards, right? In reverse.
So Eric, we've got Eric from Gtechnic tonight.
You know, that's a good name, and he spells it right with the C.
It's the only way to spell it.
It's the only way to spell it.
Right on. They're already bonding. That's awesome.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about this because Gtechnic is a brand that I want to try so bad, and like I know everybody loves it. I know everybody that I know that tries it loves it, and it makes me want to try it more. But it makes me more interested about why everybody loves it.
And now there's an Eric there, so golden.
Boom, boom.
Well, why don't we get to know Eric a little bit first, gentlemen? What do you think?
Well, I love tacos.
Not you.
Gosh darn it. So who's it? You're Eric number 1. I'm going to be Eric number 2 for the night.
All right.
I mean, look. I mean, we can. I don't have to be number 1.
Oh, you're number 1. Trust me.
Tonight you're number 1.
All right.
We'll take it.
Well, let's start with this question here. So tell us a little bit about where your connection to detailing stems back to, Eric.
Oh boy. Well, how about professionally or just in general?
Wherever the seed was planted. Go ahead.
So teenager in my parents' driveway, cleaning their cars. Then the neighbor wanted it. Then the neighbor's sister wanted it. And then it just became a thing. And probably 15, 16 years old. So I'll age myself because it's just that time of my life. That would have been like 95, 96.
Okay.
So, you know, we're over 2 decades in the game here. Professionally, graduated high school in 2000, infatuated with body work, jumped in a body shop right out of high school on the side of going to college. And I guess really the turning point for me was I bought a 98 GLX Volkswagen Jetta in 2003. So 5 years old. I had some quarter panel damage. We like to think that our work through the body shop was top notch. The car was black. So we fixed the quarter panel, and a couple of weeks later, I'm looking out my parents' window with across the street with the sun rising over the car. And I'm like, man, did we mix the paint wrong? Because everything we did in paint was gray-ish, and the rest of the car was shiny black. So at that point, I went back to the shop, and I'm like to the owner, right, who I'm still super close with. He's my hands-on shop mentor, if you will. And I go, hey, Dom, we messed up the paint. And he's like, no, you idiot. The rest of the car is just, it's worn down. And that is where my paint correction desire came from.
Obsession, kind of.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
crazy, that was 19 years ago.
Right.
So it's been a really rewarding, amazing journey since then. And I'll probably own a 98 GLX again, just because I've told the story now too many times.
Yeah.
So I'll just add it to my random.
Surprised that's not a GLX model behind you in the Integra Type R model box.
No, so I am. I'm living. This is a question, but give me like 30 seconds with it. I'm living the wheeler dealer customer experience right now. I've been buying every mid 90s junker I've ever wanted. So I do have an Integra in the garage that I'm bringing back from not the dead, but one owner, 80 something years old, so it needs some love.
Is it a GSR or is it a Type R?
It's a GSR. I'm not playing Type R money right now. There's
Those Type R's, man.
So
Hey,
I'm close enough with Spoon. I get their stuff,
Oh yeah,
and that's close enough right now for a Type R for me.
absolutely, absolutely, I agree.
All right.
He starts talking about ages. You're younger than all of us. If you graduated in 2000.
Yeah, but I mean, every training we do, it's like, yeah, I graduated a few years ago. I'm like, oh, with like your doctorate. They're like, no, from high school.
Yeah, from high school. Mentally, we're there.
Like,
Mentally, I graduated 2 years ago.
Yeah. I'm like, I can be your father-ish.
Your father. Your father.
But we could also hang out. It's really a weird place to be.
Yeah, it really is. Really is.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'm still mid-90s import, so.
Go ahead. Tell them what you drive, Papa.
I have a 98 GSX.
Yep. I knew a little bit about that. And if and Alex from Viper knows this, I know he was on the show. I had a very not slow front wheel drive first gen.
Oh, 6-bolt, right? Yeah, those 6 bolts are.
In the journey, if one was to pop up, it would be living next to the GSR.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sure. And what's crazy is you can't like. Honestly, I didn't realize how unicorn-ish they are to find in good condition with no rust. I mean, that's and honestly, my buddy's trying to get one. I'm trying to talk him into getting one because I have so much extra stuff from my old car, and he's like, "Oh man," he sends me stuff like links to those all the time, and yeah, I'm like, "Nah, dude, don't do it. I'm like, man.
I mean, the good news with the 2Gs though is you can get a front wheel drive one and rather easily make it all wheel drive. Where the 1Gs, you're breaking the welder out and doing all sorts of crazy.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, Rick and Mike. We're all
being awesome. DSM fanboys, guys.
It's all good.
All right.
I see a real friendship developing here. I think it's beautiful.
Romantic, even.
All right, I'm going to break up the little love fest, though, and I'm going to ask you our second question because it relates to Gtechnic. Tell us about when did you get connected with Gtechnic?
So I had a shop up in New York, 2010, 2011, when Gtechnic was really tiptoeing into the U.S. market. At the time, I was importing 𝗚𝗘𝗘𝗧𝗢 from Germany, and when we talk about ceramic coatings being like the unobtainium, 10 years ago, it was real. So I'm sitting there in my shop being this true elitist prick detailer, and I'm selling $1,000 detail, which at the time was unheard of, because I'm holding this little bottle up in front of the customer. And one of those bottles was, in fact, Gtechnic. They got into the country 2012, 2013. Nothing to do with any of the guys now. It was a completely separate group of guys. One of them fell ill, and it didn't go the way they thought it was going to go. There was some, barriers into entering the market at that point. And believe it or not, I won't take up the whole hour telling this story. I was working on the side helping another chemical company out of Massachusetts, and I was pretty tired. I had a full-time job. I had my shop. I was doing that because it was really a passion project. And all my days off, working overtime to get extra time off, holidays, weekends, you name it, I was spending time developing that brand. So I went down to Mobile Tech. It would have been January 2017. Did a talk for the IDA on integrating different films into your business, which we're still talking about today. So we were onto something, 5 years ago. And I went on to a buddy of mine at the time, and he goes, "Hey, man, Gtechnic is coming back." And I'm like, "Cool story, bro. I'm going to finish my career and retire, and then I'll come back and play with soaps and clears." And he's like, "Well, but Gtechnic's coming back." And I'm like, like, this chapter's kind of closed. 4, 5, 6, 7, conversations later, I got excited again, back deep end like we all do. And
you're breaking up just a tad bit, man. Pixel wise on the video, I can hear you. Audio's crisp, but
what happened there?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's anything I could do on our end. Got real grainy there. Oh, there you go.
There he is. There's that handsome face.
It froze.
Oh, it's on his end, Rick. I'm pretty sure. It happens. It happens. It happens.
What if
Ooh,
I bring it back in?
It was 95 degrees today.
It was definitely warm today.
Oh,
I'm sweating. I got this fan running. Where is it? Right here. I got that just hitting me just perfect. I'm like,
I'm
hot.
I'm dying right now. I was so busy today. You guys don't even understand how busy I was.
He's still frozen backstage, so I'm just kind of hoping.
If you go to
hey Rick, have you ever thought about doing the full beard?
It just doesn't look good here. It gets really wispy.
Do you put anything in your beard, like as far as beard oil? You know what, guys? We're not talking about we're talking about detailing beards right now.
We're going to beards.
Detail your beard. Let me give you a little
weird.
A little secret, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how you like everybody's like, oh, you got to get these beard oils. You got to spend $20 for a bottle this big with the little. It's almost like you're ceramic coating your beard. Am I right?
Okay.
Yeah.
The little droppers and you okay. And then my secret. Honestly, organic coconut oil and vitamin oil E. That's all you need.
Okay, let me write that down.
Write that down, dude. That's everybody always compliments me on my beard. They're like, "What do you use?" And I'm like, every time I take a shower, I take organic coconut oil, put a little bit on my hand, squirt a little vitamin oil E with it, and I just massage it into my beard. That's how it gets so luxurious.
I was at a trade show.
I'm gonna bring Eric back in.
Okay, we'll talk about Eric's beard on a future live stream.
Yep,
so
Eric, we're back.
Sorry about that, buddy. We got cut off from you there.
We may have lost the internet, but I think we're back for now.
I think we broke the internet.
Yeah, I think we broke the internet.
There's no way that story broke the internet. It's kind of cool. It's not really that cool.
That's good. That's good.
So where do we get? We got through Mobile Tech 2017.
Yeah. It was coming back. You weren't sure it was going to make a comeback.
And they were like, well, Gtechnic's back. And you were like,
Well, so it was nothing to do with Gtechnic. It was my personal choice to finish out a civil service career and get a pension like a real adult in his mid-30s.
It's like, yeah. That's a huge decision too.
Yeah. So I said, you know what, like YOLO, let's, resign from the career. Let's sell the house. Let's, move from the not so great state of New York down to Georgia. I'm still not sure if it's, still not sure. It's not easy being, as they say, a Yankee down here.
Yeah.
But, we make it happen. We do all right. We do all right.
All right. Well, should we move on to number 3, gentlemen?
Of course. Oh, we got Phil Miranda in the house.
Man, he knows all about this stuff.
Oh man, that's if anybody's ever wanted to make me use Gtechnic, it's Phil.
Yeah. No.
Yep. Phil's in the chat.
Now I'm waiting for him to just give up on detailing and do a YouTube channel on sunglasses, but we'll see.
We know that channel will far surpass his detailing channel because
it's possible. We'll see.
I mean, hey, he rocks some stuff. Honestly, I'm like,
he rocks them pretty good too.
I mean,
look, I see you, Phil.
We had the honor of walking Leno's garage together.
Yeah,
and he had them, and they were proud. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, hey, Phil, we should probably put those away. And Jay was like, those are great. So he's doing something right.
Phil wears his stunted glasses at night. That is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's a Canadian artist, Corey Hart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Rick, by the way, I have not forgot your license plate frame, brother.
Oh, I seen it. It looks nice.
I'm going to show you. That way you don't think that I'm not.
All right, let's make it official. Show me this license plate frame you saw behind your shop. Eric, in case you weren't aware, I'm up in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Yes, I was.
I'm going to do my Phil impersonation.
Whoa.
Looking good, Mike. Oh, I love it. Hold on, let me make you big. That is old school.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's got
restore
the-
that.
Vintage.
dude, it's got the NHL's thing in the top too.
I can restore that. That'll be my next big project. All right. Well, throw it in the
That's a
envelope
6-hour
sometime.
detail just on the license plate.
I haven't forgot. Like honestly,
Buddy, don't explain yourself. I get it. You're a dad.
I got you, man. I got you.
All right, let's go to question number 3 for Eric here. So, Eric, when I am not busy helping Gtechnic achieve even greater success, you can find me.
Oh man.
Oh, this is good. I already know this is good.
So, like real talk, I definitely do not have a quality work-life balance.
Okay.
Working on it hard the past probably 9 months. Between the traveling, the training, the networking, the content, all that, which I'm really quiet on a personal level, just because I'm just not that guy, right? Can I dream for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I could dream, you would find me in a non-business shop with my decades of tools, my silly little cars, and they would be at least near completed.
Nice.
You know, so like perfect example, picked up another unicorn, a 2006 Subaru with a 2.5 in it. You can't find those, and you can't find a 2G GSX. So I just Facebook said, here it is. I said, boom, I'm there. Took it out, did the full McGuire's old school interior treatment because it's cloth, never been detailed. So the tannin stain remover, the protein stain remover, 2 months ago now, and the seats are not back in it.
Oh, you did the full seats out. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Phil said you're mostly hanging out with Jason goofing off.
I mean, you know, that happens too, but it's surrounding the work thing.
You know what? You gotta somehow blend that in, right?
Yeah. Like his Miata's done. It doesn't have the right wheels yet, but his Miata's done. I flew there 8 times for that.
Oh yeah, that thing is sick, man.
It's a little nasty girl now, but you know,
Dude.
just the travel back and forth. I mean, I could have at least got the interior back in the Subaru. We're not even talking about the suspension on the GSR. So so to answer your question, you will find me trying to find time to finish what I actually want to do in my spare time.
Oh, I wish you luck with that. Make
It's
it happen.
sad, but it's
Find
true.
that balance.
We'll get there.
All right. This I just adapted this question based on something you said earlier. Number 4, the thing I miss most about New York State is.
Ooh,
This could ruffle
The New York
feathers.
Mets? Oh.
This could
We're not
ruffle
meant to-
feathers. But
Don't
Ruffle
mention
away.
teams.
I'm just gonna drop it, man.
Drop the bomb.
The
Pizza.
culture.
I'm just kidding.
Cultures, plural.
Mm-hmm.
Cultures.
Right? So the cultures drip like a sales campaign through society, right? Car culture, food, right? Architecture, you know, the fact that some of the roads are from like, you know, way back when. You know, there's a lot of new, but not everything's new. You know, if you wanted to, you know, for some weird reason, I like my post-World War II houses. It's like 3/4 of New York, right?
Yeah.
You know, instead of getting the cookie cutter new one I'm in right now, you know, I'm like, man, I kind of miss having like a real brick chimney, you know, not a piece of thin metal pipe inside some sheetrock. So the one thing missed about New York is the fact it's been there for so long. There's so much culture. You really don't know until you leave.
Yeah, I've never been, but I really want to go.
Oh, absolutely. I'm with you, man.
I mean,
my goal
you
this
can
year
now,
was
our brother from the north, just drive right in. They don't even ask any questions. Ask me how I know.
It'd be a long drive from where I am, man.
Race.
Well, you can drive in and then fly over, depending on, you know. The flying thing's a little weird still, but
Totally.
My
All
goal
right,
was
yeah,
to
that's
travel this
awesome.
year.
So you're not pissing on Atlanta, but it sounds like it might be a little bit like my city where it's quite young. It's pretty polished. It's just lacking some of those.
Atlanta's got the people, right? So like Atlanta is not a small quiet city at all, right? Like everything's here, just not like the, seventh generation, unless you want, chicken and biscuits.
Ooh, that sounds so
right.
good.
So like when you think about it, right? Like, being half Irish and half Polish, both my grandparents from each side came off the boat in the 40s, right? They went into the neighborhoods where those nationalities were, right? Down here, it's people come from all over the place, which is still cool.
Yeah.
It's still cool. You just can't, you don't see, like I was just up in Chicago. You don't see the since 1942 on the burger place down here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just, that's the one thing I know for a fact when I go back up north. Like I brought bagels back with me. Not that bagels in Atlanta aren't good. They're just not as good.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I know what you mean. I was in Boston in 2010 and I got a little taste of that.
Mm-hmm.
That vintageness of a place that's been around for, hundreds of years.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Number 5, we ask, because we've gotten such excellent answers on this. Let's see what you say for this. Something I see happening in the detailing world that I really like is.
This is going to go back to the question getting into Gtechnic.
Mm-hmm.
2017, the whole talk I did for the IDA was on integrating what I call applied films. So PPF, window tint, and vinyl, right? What I really like right now in the detailing world is it all coming together, right? So a lot of major cities, a lot of the larger shops now, they have it all under one roof, which is super cool for the professional.
Yeah.
And then equally for the guy or girl who's just starting out, we have eliminated almost, because we're still human, but almost all of the guesswork in getting pretty much to the point where you're really good. Like you don't have to mix match things together anymore and spend a day trying it. You can just be like, oh, here's one of these guys that is with me right now, or here's Phil, here's Jason, here's, Larry, here's these guys' videos. And it's like, boom, we're good to go. Exactly. So, to me, it took a minute to put the ego aside, right? Because like I struggled 10 years ago to figure this stuff out. But it's super cool to watch the new technicians come up and how fast they can go from good to great. Super cool.
That is super cool. So the
one thing I like. Oh, sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, like, in the past couple of years, like you were saying, with the whole paint protection film, PPF, vinyl wraps, within the last, I would say, 3 to 4 years, it has been through the roof. And I know a personal friend of mine that opened his own wrap shop, and he went from just wraps, and then he's doing paint corrections, ceramic coatings, window tint, paint protection film, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, imagine being right when that started, and you're like, okay, we have ceramic coatings, right? And all of a sudden, everybody's getting PPF, everybody's getting vinyl wraps. How are we going to adapt to fit? Okay, let's make our coatings for this. Let's make our coatings for that. I can only imagine the inside. I wouldn't say panic, but the inside diversion to fit where people are going in the detailing industry, and that's huge. I mean, you got people are going to want PPF, but they're going to want something to protect the PPF.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and everybody wonders, well, can I use my ceramic coating on a PPF? Can I do this? Can I do that? So companies are jumping at the fact to make specific. Hey, look, this is for your PPF. You can use it. I don't know. You guys know where I'm going with this, but like companies got to adapt to that, and that happened quick. That happened almost honestly really quick. And
and what was super cool for us is, I think there's a perception, and I won't even just like bucket Gtechnic here, but I think there's a perception that the premium brands are almost like unapproachable. Like, oh no, we can't talk to those guys. When in reality, we're out there just for what you said.
Exactly.
Right?
They want to help you the most, right?
That's it, right? Because we got to hear the stories, right? There's no way to innovate. There's no way to be better if we're just guessing. Or one pain point for me in the market is the I don't have a good word for it, so I'm not going to say anything. But the over marketed products.
Oversaturated market. Yep.
Well, where they're just capitalizing on the term, right? So it's like, I don't know, like
graphene,
something crazy right now, right? Like, there's really not a lot left, but like, okay, ready? Wheel film, right? Because it's kind of silly. You wouldn't really ever put film on wheels, but like, one company would hear that and just take their regular bottle of coating and be like, wheel film coating, and then put some other catch terms on it that really people just harp on, which is strange to me. But I think if you're into detailing, we share a malfunction mentally where that is just like, we are so into that. We don't have to understand it, but man, we got to know. Like, you put a shiny object in front of us and we're like, we're dissecting it and we're figuring that out to a T, so I'll give Gtechnic props from the core. That's never a game that the owner, who's still, he's still the guy, Robert, he doesn't play that game. So it's made my job easier, right? Because, you were trying to figure out what coating you used back in 14.
Yeah.
Right. With XOV2 on top, Crystal Serum Light, right about that point. But it was probably C1.
It was.
Yeah. And C1's been around for a very long time now. C for coating, 1 for the first one that he did. It's been reformulated a little bit since, with, tweaks and whatnot. I make a joke every now and then that you can take most of the products in our line and build a business just on that product. But C1 specifically, because when someone's like, hey man, I want to coat the door handle to my, my lake house. And I'm just like, yeah, use C1, and they're like, well, but what if I want to coat my basketball hoop? I'm like, well, just use C1. And they're like, what about the backboard? I'm like, yeah, just use C1. So, a lot of companies have made their entire line where, if you really pay attention, there's nothing different, right? But, we're on a tangent here because I drank a cup of single origin Costa Rican fine coffee. Big fan.
I appreciate that for sure.
Well, you know what? Probably happened there. I think your answer bled over into our second question, which was, what do you see happening in the detailing world that you don't really like?
Oh,
well, yeah. So,
and then it kind of just
honestly,
answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, but in reality, the overcomplication of simple tasks, which occupy your time, stopping you from doing what needs to be done. So we have a saying, unfortunately, it comes up a lot. Everything but what's necessary. And I think guilty, right? I'm mowing the lawn, not putting the interior back in the Subaru, right? So guilty. I did it yesterday, right?
Everything but what you really want to get done.
Well, or maybe your business needs, or if you're a hobbyist, like we all do it,
Putting first things first.
Yeah. I mean, I tell a story in all the trainings, the shop I should have never got rid of, which, I was not even proud of at the time, but now looking back on it, I'm like, man, that was my 500 horse 1G Eclipse. I should have never got rid of it. Right. But I remember spending hours running airline because I had nothing going on, right? So I'm like, oh, you know what? As a good business owner, as a good detailer, I want to have the best air in the most convenient areas. And, I'm going to spend all my free time not selling more work, not working on the business, not learning QuickBooks, not trying to build a website. This was way before social media was even popular.
Yeah.
My dumb ass is in the shop by myself, burning my flip-flop feet with solder, running copper airline. Right? So do all the things. Whoa.
Sorry, guys.
All right now.
Well, just a 4.6 Mustang.
Yeah.
X5, no cats.
They can still boogie. But, the thing I don't like is how much energy is spent in this industry just not Mustang related, doing a smoky burnout on expensive tires. It's sounds cool, looks cool, you feel cool for the little bit of time you're doing it, and then it disappears and you just got to pay for more tires.
It's honestly like a lot of detailers now do stuff just for the views, and especially, I don't want to break in a can of worms, but like foam cannon, am I right? Like,
yeah,
that is the staple. Everyone, if you're not using a foam cannon on your car, if it's not this thick to where you can scoop it off with the shovel, it's like, come on now. And the thing I like about Phil's channel is he's just straight to the point. Like, look, people, there's no right or wrong way. We're after all the same results.
Yep.
It's like, you could take two cars, right? And when the customer comes to pick it up, it's glossy, it's shiny, it's coated. They're not going to know the difference between if Phil did it and if Tony Ralda did it. I'm just using them examples because they're friends, they're local. It's like, we're all after the same end result. And that's what I love about Phil. He's just like, look, there's so many people out there that are telling you the right and wrong way to do it. And they're not even like, I don't know. It's like,
I mean, look, we have 415 accredited shops in the US who apply Ultra, right? So in the grand scheme of things, those are 450 of some of the best shops in the world, right? Because, we're in Merca and we're Merkin. And if they're in a top tier coating like Ultra, then they're one of the best shops in the world, right? Not saying they're the only ones, because I'm a fair guy. The amount of inquiries that we get from customers is alarming, right? Every day, I got my car coated with Crystal Serum Ultra. What do I do now? Right? So what that tells me is the detailer, the business owner, the shop, whatever it is, all they're focused on is giving that customer the shiniest, glossiest, slickest car they can. And that's where it stops. Right? Which is great because that's a very nice chunk of money for your skill set, which is wonderful, right? But now you got this customer who, you guys are all on technology, so you all bought computers, right? When you buy a computer, the first thing in the box says, do not go back to the store, contact the manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
But when have you ever done that?
Never.
You've just figured it out. But now here's a customer who literally got their car detailed, which, we're really good at it. Don't get me wrong. All of us, right? We're great at it. But like, it's not heart surgery, right? It's just a shiny car. And now the customer who won't call Apple about something with their computer, they're calling or emailing us, right? Which, don't get me wrong, is super cool because that customer is so into what they got, right? But why is that question not being answered by the detailer? Because that's their customer,
Mhm.
Right. So that goes back to the everything, sort of but what's necessary piece there. Tangent. What was that? Number 4?
Can't keep track.
Yeah. I
Well,
warned you.
6.
I was like, this is an hour. We can do this. This is
You know what we're going
And
to do?
hey, so Phil in the comments said, our customers love that we teach them and take care. So I just want to touch on that real quick.
Hit it.
So right now I've got a detail. I just pulled in. Like I literally drove her car home. That's what took me so long. I was waiting for her to bring me the car at my shop. So Eric, I own my own. Me and my brother and my dad, we run an auto repair business. And lately I've been kind of getting, clients, you could say, from my shop. We work on the cars, and she asked me, do you know anybody that can detail my car? I said,
Might know, guys.
I'd love to take care of it for you. And she said, okay. And if you guys remember, I did the green Mini Cooper on my channel.
Mhm.
Oh.
Well, he passed away, and this is his wife's car.
Wow.
So I said, absolutely, Robin, I'll take care of this for you. Just bring it to me to the shop. I'll take it home. Let me have it for a couple days. I'll make it look good. She said, no problem. So I drove it home, and it's like people that I teach, she asked me this, she asked me this, she asked me that. She's like, well, what do I do here? And what do I do here? And that's where the enjoyment really comes in, is when you teach them how to kind of take care of the work that you put in. So it's like, hey, look, I'm going to make this thing look good, right? But this is what you're going to need to take care of it. Just take care of it, make it, take care of it, and she wants to, and sorry, I just had to touch on that because teaching
look there. I mean,
and putting that awareness, just teaching them about how to take care of their car. It's huge to me. It's huge to me.
Yep.
It's
That is
tough.
that's your enthusiast passion coming through.
Yeah, like, look, this is what you got to do. Like, I stopped taking jobs. I stopped taking polishes and coatings, or can you do this and do that? And the first thing I ask is, well, do you wash your own car? And they're like, no. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, and I may be picky, but it's like, I'm not going to make this thing looking immaculate for you to just destroy it in 3 months.
Yep. Yeah.
And I just be honest, a lot of them don't care about the swirls. And
I've told people the same thing.
Yeah. A lot of people look at it, oh, it's shiny, it's glossy, and then you pull the light out, and I call it the eagle eye. You see everything.
Curse.
The curse. You pull up to a stoplight, you look over, you're like, oh my Lord, the buffer trails. Who did the? I can't.
Yep.
All right, let's get a little bit back on track here, gentlemen, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead, Rick. Sorry.
All right, no, don't apologize. I love it. Number 8. And I think this one might apply here. Which one of your friends' cars do you secretly or not so secretly covet?
Man, that's a tough one. I honestly, if this is like, do you have a favorite car just written a different way? It is tough. I'm not speechless yet. Hold on.
So I've got a buddy Bill with an AMG, what is it? E63S. And it's a 2016, man. I love that car. I'm just waiting for him to get rid of it, and I'll try to find a way to buy it. But is there someone like that there's a car that?
Okay. So I got it, and it's on a YouTube video, and this is other Eric's going to be like, where did that come from? Right? Because I am pro multi-car. Like, if you feel like you need to have 7 cars, even if they all suck, you go get your 7 cars.
Absolutely. Right now.
For sure. They're kind of savings accounts now. So just go spend your savings, get your cars.
Well, especially right now, used cars are freaking through the roof.
It's just crazy. So, it's a good one. So, Long Beach Lloyd's '63 Impala lowrider, which is it was a clone of Eazy-E's personal car.
Oh, no way. No way.
Now here's why. I've had some lowriders. Wouldn't call myself a lowrider, right? But probably the most expressions from people of just genuine happiness when they see them of all walks of life, right?
Oh,
so if you want to brighten your day, you hit switches in a lowrider. People
in a
will,
64 Impala. Oh, sorry, 64, 63 was like a year.
And then the fact that it is almost to the T what Eazy-E had, so that's just some street cred there. But it's not his car, so I wouldn't be worried about putting miles on it. If if it got a door ding, God forbid it got stolen, like my life wouldn't be over.
Right.
So I don't think you expected that one coming, but that is the answer to the question.
No one could see that one coming.
I can appreciate that though.
Like literally, we washed it in Long Beach. He took us to the Long Beach Boulevard. We went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I mean, it was like, and again, East Coast guy, right? So I'm no West Sider, but to be able to get that, and for the record, this is before they did the halftime show, right? So like, I didn't think it was cool anymore, so I felt really good doing it. But yeah, it was killer. He's also got the Tupac Live and Die music video, Yellow Impala, the actual car. So that's
the actual car that was in the video.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been so lucky to be around some of the coolest cars ever.
That's awesome. Honestly, that's Tupac was.
Yeah. So Lloyd will sell it. It's not my price, but if I could, there we go.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Working with gas here. Number 9. When I have had a great day, I sometimes reward myself by.
Oh, it's getting late to answer that one.
He's like,
honestly, the couch.
Yeah.
Perfect answer.
Because it doesn't happen a
Yes.
lot. But just that true, phones in another room, who cares what's on, and just not think for an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's that mental just reset right there. And a lot of people don't realize it. And it's like sometimes like, hey, I get that when I go on the toilet. I get that when I mow the lawn. I get that when I do this. But honestly, I did that the other day and came home. I walked in the door, said hi to everybody, and I plopped on the couch and I put my head back on the pillow and I was like, and that was it right there. I zoned out.
We're all 180 miles an hour, whether we want to admit it or not.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
100%. Where I can see your backgrounds. I think you guys. There's brushes, new to date brushes behind you, Mike and Eric, right? So like we're so hyper that we're trying to defeat something all day long. We're trying to separate out from the pack, doing all that. Like it really, it's exhausting.
Yeah, it is.
It's exhausting. So that's a boring answer. Not as good as Long Beach Lloyd's Impala, but that's where it's at, man.
I'm
excited for the next question. That's the 10th question is always my favorite.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll say this before we throw the question at you, Eric. We've had a wide range of responses to this question.
Oh, I love this question.
Oh man, I won't even get into it. So let's just throw it up there. Take a second, think about it. What is a recent non-detailing related purchase that left you highly satisfied? Chances are we all run out and buy it. So
this one's gonna be super weird.
Perfect.
Hopefully
never weird.
Equally awesome. So I got a 1/4-inch drive thumb socket For real.
Wait, thumb socket.
Yeah. So it's a knurled circle like you did with,
Like this
like,
big, right? It's got the thing in the center.
and it just holds a 1/4-inch socket or a small little, number 2 or number 3 Phillips. And so again, back to the body shop in the late 90s, early 2000s, that was I would use that for all the wheel well hardware, right? Why I forgot about it for 20 years, I have no idea. And let me tell you, it was a mission to find one, even on Amazon, which is where I found it. But it was a mission. So if you don't have one as a detailer, you go and buy one right now. I'm not even an affiliate. I don't even have a link below, but we'll point below. Get one.
Well, I need a link. How do I find it?
It was on Amazon.
Okay.
You can probably just 1/4-inch thumb socket is what I started looking for.
1/4-inch. Okay, I'll look up. Yeah, I'll drop a link below for anyone who wants to.
Yeah, because think about it, right? Even a stubby screwdriver, if you have a car that's slightly lowered or the tire's really close to the wheel well, there's no way you're getting any of that hardware out without taking the wheel off. And I'm lazy. So, I mean, it is a great tool that you will probably lose as much as your 10mm 1/4-inch drive socket. So buy a few of those too.
Oh, am I looking at the right thing here?
That's a fancy one.
Kind of. That's got notches. That's like a star, but he's talking about it. It just looks. It's got all the little grooves. It's kind of like I know what you're talking about, Eric. Yeah, I know exactly.
That
looks like a quarter. It almost looks like a quarter.
Yep, it's it's got the knurling on the outside, but the one Rick has.
Yeah.
And how does it make my life easier? What's its purpose?
So I don't have to take a wheel off. Now I can. Oh, you said non-detailing related, but that's I don't know.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
I feel like that passes.
Yep.
He actually bought the tool, so you didn't buy like a product. So
yeah.
Oh, I gotta definitely look into that. All right.
It's like when you're trying to get in between the tire and the wheel well, you can just slide it in and just go like this.
Yep. Just like that.
Just like that. Quick.
If you could put your hand under your beard and do that, I think the followers would enjoy that. There it is.
Oh, a genie just came out. Oh my god.
Oh my god, you
two. Three wishes?
I think two Erics need a YouTube channel.
The funny thing is, I've been wanting to ask him, what's that piston out of?
So that, believe it or not, so 𝗠𝗜𝗏𝗏 from Indiana sent me 2. One was out of one of Petty's cars, and one was out of some crazy Honda. I have the message, and I always forget. But that, I think, was out of one of Petty's cars, which is super cool that it's back there.
That's awesome, man. I'm a legit car, go fast, horsepower, race, launch, go. So
one day I will grow up and actually set this up and show everyone all of the awesome stuff, because this is like the traveled all over the world detailing, super cool stuff.
This is a little bit from everything, right?
Yeah. This was from our Peru. So this is the high-end detail shop in Peru. I'm not gonna use it, but I'm not gonna throw it out. So it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
We got Sung Kang's Maverick here, autographed and signed, super cool.
Nice.
Just all sorts of cool stuff up there. Little old Burt Cup, some SEMA stuff, just all sorts of cool stuff.
Absolutely, man.
But I gotta learn your guys' world better, because I never get to show any of this stuff, because I sign in and I'm like, oh, the camera, it doesn't look good, and it's hard to get everything back there. But
it looks just fine, man. It looks just fine. And
one day. I don't have any brushes behind me. I feel like I need brushes.
This right here got built all this week. I did all that this week. My brushes used to sit right over here on another pegboard, metal pegboard. So this DeWalt stackable shelf just got built. Then it's a workstation with a drawer.
You got all those.
I got another. I'm supposed to have another shelf come today or last Monday. It's on delay, so I can do another stackable here.
Yeah. You get every every Willie brush made.
Brushes are sitting over there. I only use one brand.
That's a super cool story. I met her at a car wash show, and she told me the story, and I liked them even more after that.
Well, with our remaining time, Eric, is there something coming out from Gtechnic that we should keep our eyes out for?
So we just got through the rebrand, which was a lot of work that I don't think anyone ever realizes. They're just like, just get me my stuff. I don't really care how long it took to make the label. So a couple of new exciting products. The ceramic G-Wash gets here soon, I'm hoping, because it is bad in a good way. Super weird because, sorry, Jamie, I see your question. It doesn't foam. I know you're the big foam guy. It doesn't foam.
That's an April joke.
But it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. The new metal polish, if you're into that kind of thing, is very amazing. Just to have for the little random stuff that we run into as detailers. You mentioned XOV2. We are in and out of the lab with XOV5, really trying to get it to what the owner considers to be right. And that's been a while now. So every time we think we're close, there's some paint system that it's just not perfect on, and he won't put it out until it nails it on all of them.
So you were mentioning earlier in the stream that Gtechniq has a wide number of distributors. What is your how do you guys keep up with? I wouldn't say with the big guys, but with how does Gtechniq keep their name going? Because I don't see Gtechniq hardly anywhere in Northern California. And the only way I see it is because I watch Phil's Miranda's detailing channel every day, and he's a Gtechniq guy. So how does Gtechniq keep their name out if we don't see it that much?
Yeah, so it is. There's still a lot of grassroots efforts, right? We have always been an East Coast company in the detailing world that is real, real. Case in point, you're in PNS's backyard, great friends of ours.
Yep.
You didn't see PNS on the East Coast until 3-4 years ago, give or take. And it's a mountain to get over. The Orange County, LA guys, we're in almost, I would say, the majority of the supply stores. Right. So it's a little more prevalent down there. But we're right at that fence, right? We're right at that fence where we don't hear that as much anymore. Case in point, we're on a car in the Xfinity Cup, which is don't quote me, I'm not a NASCAR guy, but it's one step or so under NASCAR, right? So there's a Crystal Serum Ultra car in that series, which is pretty wild. We're on 3 Motor Trend TV shows now, 12 of the premium car publications. So to hear that it's not known still, that's just how large the U.S. really is.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really don't hear that a lot anymore. But all of our brands that we know and love for the most part are still boutique brands, right? Where very different from McGuire's, Turtle Wax, 3M, Mothers, those quote big dogs.
Yeah.
And what's really cool, honestly, and this could probably be a podcast in itself, we're influencing them, which is awesome. Again, sometimes not the right way, some of the stuff they're coming out with, they were like, oh, that marketing term sounds really good. Let's use that. And they rush to market with it. And then it doesn't help the fact that maybe that term's kind of BS.
Is that something like graphene? Like,
No.
or
I
I know you don't want to say it, but it's like
I only use words when there's proof.
true.
So, but no, it's not even that other G word.
Yeah.
It's the focus on hardness. It's a focus on the catchphrases,
Yeah.
right? And unfortunately, and I'm not pointing any fingers, we all have to do it now because the customers ask. Like we don't get it a lot anymore, but like people asking what's the silica content of a coating, right? And I'll respond back with, when you explain to me how that affects
Atoms?
the overall performance of the product, then I'll call the chemist and ask him that question.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Definitely.
what? It's like, well, yeah,
So-
just because some company says it's 31%, it doesn't mean anything other than it's 31%. It doesn't mean it's going to last longer. It doesn't mean it's going to be slicker. It doesn't mean any of that.
They're just telling you a statement.
Mm-hmm. It's just a data point in the formulation.
Yeah.
When Gtechniq came over to the U.S. and started shop, did they bring chemists and everything with them too, or is it still made overseas and then brought over?
So that is all about 2 hours north of London. And then in the U.S., we have our entire warehouse and marketing team specific for the U.S. out of, again, 7 minutes from my house, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
And currently, and this was the idea, was we were going to actually have this event tonight in our new state-of-the-art detailing and training facility.
Oh,
which I could have done because there's plenty to show you guys, but it, in fact, is not done because of permit holdups, post-COVID supply issues, so on and so forth. So, we pride ourselves in having a dedicated team for both warehousing, marketing, and support that is U.S.-based. We're not using third-party companies for that. Nothing wrong with it. That's just not how we decided to do it. But right next door, we took a failed shorty tunnel coin-operated self-wash, right? The foaming scratchy brushes, as we call it.
Oh, yeah.
And we have converted that into what will be pretty much almost everyone's dream detail shop. And we are going open book. We're going to, we're working with the best of the best. Them all. You can ask us anything about anything in that building. We're going to be able to hand you the sheet on how we did it and why. And it's just going to be a wealth of information, innovation, and any other I word that anyone can think of.
That's awesome.
Well, I got one more question, just out of curiosity, because I'm asking for somebody I know. How would one person come across to help distribute Gtechniq through their wholesale?
Yep. So just drop us an email. So our catch-all email that goes to almost the entire team is info, INFO, for North America, at gtechnic.com. There's some other email addresses off the website that people click on. So there's a sales NA at gtechnic.com, but for the biggest, mostly everyone sees it. Anything like that is info NA at gtechnic.com. And with that, I see it. All the main players see it, so we know nothing gets missed. We know no ball gets dropped, so on and so forth. But we're always looking for the next accredited installer. The next I just started, the next stockist. We're very easy to work with like that. And we're always looking for that.
Nice. So, and that's also through the website. Also, you just click on that, become certified installer, and the process starts that way.
Yep. And with that, it's a form.
Yeah.
For some reason, if you don't have a website, just write that in the line, right? Working on website, no current website. It doesn't make an automatic no. That form stresses guys and girls out for some reason. It doesn't have to. You have any questions, just email us, call us. The phone number is on the website. It's on the Facebook page, 9 to 5. Someone's going to answer it. And, just start the conversation. right? Again, we're very approachable, whether the perceptions that or not.
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits to being a certified installer for Gtechniq, working with them?
You got it. So you have access to Ultra. That is the only way to get Ultra, right? You have the guarantees for CSL and C1, right? And again, that can be a whole. I get another cup of coffee, and we can talk about ceramic coating guarantees for too long. But honestly, the biggest benefit, which some people will not agree with me, and that's fine, is what we have built with our marketing program. Right. So it is a crowd-funded program that gets the exposure that even a 10-person, well-managed, profitable shop cannot afford, period. Period. Okay. Right. And again,
that was me, Rick. Sorry.
A whole nother podcast, and people, there's a trend right now in the Facebook world of detailing where, it's, you don't need that kind of stuff. And this company's ripping off this person and this company's ripping off that person. There's no fear tactic here. I'm just being honest. The super shops are coming, period. Period. Right. The franchises are coming. We all have made this industry so much stronger than we ever thought we could. And there's big money looking at it, right? We're no longer the redheaded stepchildren of car wash or body shop recon, with detailing, coatings, tint, PPF, vinyl, all coming together. When you look at the really successful shops out there, that's what they're doing, right? So it is time to level up, Nothing wrong, like what the other Eric said, right? That 2 to 3 days, inner circle customer, very niche, catering to a small percentage of the market. That's always going to be there. You want to be that guy, you want to be that shop, rock and roll. Right? That's where I started from. Right. But if you want to grow, if you want to build something that you can leave to your kids, or you can build something to sell, right, to better that next generation, back to that culture, right? The New York answer. You got to start looking at this the way, the quick lubes look at it, the way some of the smaller fast food chains look at it. Putting the product out there is not that hard anymore. You got to get as many people as you can in your market, ringing your phone, hitting your CRM, and, selling that work. Nice.
So Clifford wants to know, when can we see the rebrands hit the shelves?
So it's out there. I would say 90% of the line should show up with the new stuff on it. Not saying if you're buying from a distributor that they have it, depending on what their volume is. But I mean, it's been out for quite a bit. So I would be, take a look at what you're buying, right? If it looks old, it may be pretty old.
And I want that one.
Good point. Who was it, you guys, that was showing off their drawer of all the Gtechniq coatings recently?
That was Matt from Beads Detailing, I believe.
Was it? And I remember thinking, oh boy, now there's a rebrand, and he's pretty heavy into the old one.
Glad you said that. So only on the maintenance products, the coatings, the boxes, it's staying the same.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Well, you know what? We really thank you for your insights, Eric.
That's freaking phenomenal information there. You dropped a lot of good information. It was great.
You just said phenomenal. That's my word.
Oh, some awesome information.
Actually, my word is guys. People always complain because I say, hey, guys so much. I'm like,
what happens if Didi's watching?
I got in trouble in a very public speaking, I don't know what you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
It was a community meeting with like 100 people, and I addressed the group, being from New York, as guys. And there was an older lady in the crowd who pulled me aside afterwards, and she was very upset. She's like, I do not appreciate being called a guy. And I'm like, it was GUYZ. Like, you can't be upset about
everybody. That. It's the same thing as saying, hey, everybody. It's like, but no, this world, day and age.
Yeah.
It's
true.
Yeah. So
crazy.
Careful where you say guys.
If I'd have known we need 2 hours with Eric, I would have booked back-to-back live streams with them.
This is just the way it goes almost every time.
Yeah, I understand.
Like I said, don't do research. Let's just roll with it. We got to do it again. We do it again.
Well, let's call this one
do that
part
too.
1.
Yeah, part one.
Part one. Oh, I don't want to say that. I could offend somebody. I'm sorry.
I'll talk to Nathan about part 2.
There we go. Yeah, part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
Definitely.
Hey. So, I got one more question before you leave. Mets or Yankees?
So, I'm not a sports guy.
Okay.
I would wear a Mets hat over a Yankees hat.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a question. Supra or RX-7?
Oh, dude, both?
No.
Oh, yeah. I'm the same way, man.
It's so hard because they're so different. Okay, ready? Stock
for stock. I mean, bone stock.
Yeah, stock for stock, Supra all day. Performance, Supra. Custom aesthetics, RX-7.
Absolutely. Agree.
Yeah,
I agree with you there.
For sure.
And Rick's going.
Is that a Supra?
Because Rick's used to hit the little pedal after he charges it and going.
There's nothing wrong with a good bird
I'm
line
kidding, Rick.
scooter with your boys.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We did that one in we do it on my last vacation. I didn't realize it had brakes, and I almost went over a fence, and they all laughed at me. So.
Well, you haven't lived until you've broken one in half and got away with it.
I wish y'all could have seen that.
Yeah.
I lost my crock and everything.
All right. Well, Mike, before we say goodbye to Eric, tell viewers what's coming up on the channel.
What's coming up on the channel? In 2 weeks, we'll have Fireball USA, and then right after that, Gorilla Car Care, which will be turning 1 on June 1st, but we'll kind of have them like on June 11th or something like that. We'll be celebrating 1 year with them. Proje, Jax Wax, Coach Kemi.
Nice.
And I don't have to go back to my list, but the list is getting better. So if you guys are not subscribed to these people right here, and I think Gtechniq also has a YouTube channel also, right?
Yep.
So you got 4 of us. If you ain't subscribed to 4 of us, then you're missing out on a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And a lot is coming. The summer's going to be hot, and so are these live streams. So for everybody in the party, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Eric, we're going to end the stream. Just hang tight. We'll go backstage. We'll just chat for a few minutes, and then we'll do our thing.
All right. See you.
Stay rad, everyone.
Stay Smurf.